Hello, thanks for joining us. Protesters fighting the proposed closure of a museum in Leeds have been demonstrating today against the council decision. The permanent closure of Abbey House Museum in Kirkstall was suggested by Leeds City Council back in December, claiming it would save the cash-strapped authority vital funds. But campaigners say that shutting the museum is misguided. Corinne Wheatley was there.
It was only organised a few days ago, but this protest drew out over 100 people today, all of them passionate about saving the Abbey House Museum from closure.
I've literally brought hundreds of children to study the Victorians, the Industrial Revolution, and it is an absolutely magical journey. It's like travelling through time. It can't be equalled anywhere. It's a unique experience in Yorkshire.
The museum opened nearly 100 years ago and features replica Victorian streets. Leeds City Council say visitor numbers have been declining, but campaigners believe that could be turned around.
Maybe put some more investment into it, market it, engage with the populace.
It's still very well visited. It's dear to a lot of people. It's more than a museum. It's the heart and soul of Kirkstall.
We come, I would say, at least 10 times a year. It's cheap, it's easy to get to, it's on a bus route.
It's really nice to see what it was like in the olden days if you weren't there.
The City Council says it's facing an increasingly unstable financial situation, and this measure could save around £160,000 a year. But no final decision has been made yet. A consultation runs until the 23rd of January. Corinne Wheatley, BBC Look North, Kirkstall.
2 men have been arrested after a police chase in Bradford in the early hours of this morning. Officers followed the Volkswagen Golf from Little Horton Lane to the junction with Godwin Street and Sunbridge Road. The men, who are 26 and 24, were arrested on suspicion of stealing the car, dangerous driving and driving over the limit. Marches have been taking place right across the region in support of women's rights.
What do we want? When do we want it?
There were protests in Leeds as well as Barnsley and Sheffield as part of a UK-wide demonstration by groups who say that there has been a rise in misogyny and violence against women and girls. The organisers say there's been a 37% increase in violence since 2018. And parking enforcement officers are going to be patrolling parts of the Derbyshire Peak District this weekend after cars blocked some routes last weekend. Well, these pictures show some routes around Edale. They were impassable after hundreds of drivers parked on both sides of the road. Gritters and emergency vehicles were unable to get through, and to avoid similar scenes this weekend, the County Council says it's taking action.
This weekend we'll have our parking enforcement officers out again throughout the weekend. We'll have extra patrols if needed as well, and so we will be taking action. We'll be ticketing for any vehicles that are parked unsafely, and we will continue to work with other agencies such as the police as well.
Let's have a look at sport. Plenty of results to bring you, lots to go at. In the Championship, Sheffield United, they go back to the top of the league with a comfortable win over travelling Norwich City. A penalty from Harrison Burrows there, securing the win for the Blades. Elsewhere, Huddersfield remain 7 games unbeaten after settling for a draw with Blackpool. Rotherham put 4 past Charlton. And in League Two, Bradford secured a vital 3 points to keep them off the playoffs. So if you're planning on going out and you want some clear skies, here's Katerina with the forecast.
Hello there. It's a very quiet weather story this evening and overnight. It stays dry for all areas. Some clear spells at first, mixed with those light winds. We do run the risk of some mist and fog. Our temperatures will fall away to around -2 degrees, so a cold start tomorrow morning with a frost in places first thing. A misty and murky start to Sunday morning. May linger for some time, but once it does lift, it will brighten up in places with some sunny spells, highs of around 3 degrees, and temperatures will lift slightly as we head into next week.
So enjoy if you can. That is it from the Saturday team. Coming up after the weather next from Sheffield. They're back, they're bigger, they're tougher. It's Gladiators. Bye for now.